Welcome into Jags A.M. today. I'm Kainani Stevens. Ryan Sexton and John Ogier are with me today as we get ready for the home opener here at Everbank Stadium this weekend. The Jags are going to take on the Browns, and both teams are going to try to get in the win column for the very first time. We'll start out with our big things today. Number one is desperation. Both of these teams had a really rough week one, and so they're going to go into this matchup hoping to get their first win of the season. Doug Peterson talked about what he wants to see from his team this week so that they know they're ready.
Well, the mistakes that we made, the subtle things, the communication issues offensively, even some of the communication things defensively. Have we corrected those, right? And we won't know again until we get out on the practice field on Sunday. So those are the things that, and then ball security. We got to create takeaways and we got to take care of the football. And I think if we do that, it definitely helps your chances.
Brian, they're going into this, maybe desperate's not the word you want to use, urgency, a sense of urgency they're going to have if they want to win.
Yeah, the interesting part, guys, we're one play away from the Jaguars not having to talk about desperation, which they were asked about in the locker room, right? If Javon Holland doesn't punch the ball away from Travis Etienne at the goal line, the Jaguars, in all likelihood, win that game, and we're talking about the chance to go 2-0 instead of the potential to go 0-2. So here's the number. Since the merger in 1970, right? There have been 407 teams that have started 0-2, but only 39 of those have made the playoffs. That's less than 10%. So the odds are stacked against you, especially in a loaded AFC with trips to Buffalo for Monday Night Football and Houston to finish out this month. The Bengals did it in 2022, so it's not like it's impossible, but it really stacks the deck against you. So choose your word. You're a must-win opportunity, right? Maybe that's the best way to call it.
Yeah, you got to win. And I've always thought teams that lose in week one, if you come back strong in week two, it sort of shows who you are. I think this is an opportunity for the Jaguars to do that. I expect them to play well. But if you go 0-2, it's not good. And I think they will show that they are a strong team and they will show that they deserve this preseason stuff we got. I thought Doug Peterson all week has been a little frustrated with the media because I think he's looking at it and saying, look, we have to finish games. Yeah. It's not that complicated. I don't know how else to say this. We have to finish games or we will be fine if we do.
Right.
If we won't, we'll be 0-2.
Listen, Kai, in 2022, the Jaguars started off 2-1 and then lost 5 games at the end of 5 consecutive games. And this was the exact same line of conversation. Just finish. You're right there. Just finish. It feels like deja vu all over again, right?
Sounds really simple when we say it like that, right? Just win, just finish, it's fine. But we have to see them actually do it on the field. So hopefully they'll do that in game number 2. Home field advantage is our big thing number 2 today because obviously you want to win at home, but it wasn't really a haven for the team last year. They were 3-5, John. How important is it? Obviously we know they need to win, but also just making home a home field advantage again for them.
Well, I think it's really important. I can't say it's everything because you can do it the other way, but it's so much harder to do it being a great road team and then not coming back and holding serve at home. It's a little strange because in 2022, it was such an incredible home atmosphere, Brian. I thought it was the best home atmosphere I haven't seen every season. You've seen every season. You had home games that were unbelievable in 2022, and you felt like they sort of owned Everbank Stadium. Some of this is circumstance. They had a lot of games at home at the end of the season when things were going against them anyway. So it's not like, oh, they're terrible at home, but you got to get it back.
Listen, that 2022 season, the people who are watching this will remember the Baltimore game, which was won on the 2-point conversion at the very end of the ball game when Zay Jones pulled it in. The Cowboys game that was won in overtime with the dramatic play made by Rayshawn Jenkins. And then those 2 primetime Saturday nights back-to-back with the dramatic win, also caused in large part by Rayshawn Jenkins over the Titans. And then everybody remembers Riley Patterson's field goal to beat the Chargers. This can be an amazing place to play football. You got to earn it, right? The way last season ended didn't leave a great taste in a lot of people's mouth. The way that last week ended didn't either. So this is an important game for this team to come out and prove to the faithful in that stadium that they're back and ready to play. This would go a long way towards creating sort of a downward flow of just absolute momentum in home situations for them this year.
Yeah, one thing on that, Kai, I'll take any win they can get, right? But those last 5 games of 2022, like Brian was talking about, they came from 10 points down in every one of those games. Boy, wouldn't the Jaguars love and need just a solid, well, I'm not saying you can never trail, but to have a solid win where, again, I think this is a game they need to flex and show, hey, sometimes you lose in week 1, but we're a strong team. We're the team we think we are. If they're the team they think they are, they got to prove it on Sunday.
Yeah, I think a no-doubter where they just lead from start to end would change a lot of minds, change a lot of conversations around here. Our final big thing today is going to be matchups. We played Cleveland last year. The Jags played Cleveland last year. Very different matchup because of the players involved in that and what we've seen from these teams. One thing is the same, though. Myles Garrett, still a game wrecker, still out there on the field. Doug Peterson talked about what it takes to play against him.
Hard to just block him one-on-one, even with offensive tackles. I mean, it's a challenge. And particularly on third down or second long when when they think you're going to pass, it's you've got to spend the resources to slow him down. Give him a lot of respect, and that's what teams do, right? I mean, that's what you see it on film all the time, and it's just it's the respect of who the player is,
Double team seems like might be the name of the game, but sometimes that doesn't even get it done. Brian, what's it going to take to try to keep Myles Garrett from going crazy in this?
It's going to take everybody on the protection scheme, whether that's the back or the tight end or whoever stays, to execute their assignment. Famously, at the end of that game in Miami last week, the back on that third down play that it looked like Anton Harrison got beat, it was the back's fault. He had Anton the inside position, and someone was supposed to have the outside position. He let him go because he expected help. You can't have that against Myles Garrett, who has 6 straight seasons with at least 10 sacks and at least 14 in the last 3. The guy, John, is an incredible blend of height, of length, of size, of incredible bend, right? I mean, the guy can get so low or he can just run over you. He is a great football player.
Yeah, Bucky Brooks and I were talking on Huddle Up on Wednesday, and we sort of came to the conclusion, look, it's a quarterback-driven league. This guy might be the best football player on the planet who doesn't play quarterback. There's other guys in the conversation, but he's certainly on the list. The good news is when you're playing a team with a great player, as long as he's not a quarterback, you can minimize it. And I think they can. They're going to have to double. They're going to have to chip. You can't leave this guy one-on-one, but you can work around one great player. But they're a very good defense even besides him.
And just to flip the script for a moment, the Jaguars have 2 very good pass rushers that they're excited about as well. 3 with Eric Armstead, who notched his first Jaguar sack last week. And Kai, both starting offensive tackles were limited in practice this week for the Browns. 1 with a knee, 1 with an elbow. Maybe the Jaguars can flip the script and make life very difficult for Deshaun Watson, who the Cowboys put on the ground 6 times on Sunday.
Sure, that will be part of the game plan. Stay with us here on Jags A.M. Coming up after the break, we're going to talk more in depth about what Cleveland's bringing to town, what the Jags are going to try to do.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields, and we have some great news. Fields has the vehicle you want, in stock, priced right, and ready for delivery.
Fields Auto Group is Jacksonville's luxury automotive destination for Cadillac, Jaguar, Land Rover, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, and Porsche. Inventory is back and available for immediate delivery.
And every Fields customer can take advantage of our Fields Amenities program with complimentary loaners, car washes, and our cafes. You deserve the best.
Stop by today or go to fieldsauto.com.
Calling all junior fire chiefs. Parents, register for your child to win the ultimate Jaguars game day experience. Sponsored by Firehouse Subs. Cheering on the Jags from the Firehouse Subs fire truck at Everbank Stadium. Flashing the fire truck lights when the Jags score. As honorary junior fire chief of the game, your child will receive a Firehouse Subs gift, and the whole family will receive 4 tickets and a parking pass to a home game this season. Visit Jaguars.com/sweepstakes to enter to win today. See website for terms and conditions.
Calling all loyal Jags fans and loyal gate customers, football is back. And you and 3 friends could win a chance to meet Trevor Lawrence. Entering is easy. Just buy any 5 28-ounce Gatorade or Gatorade Zero products at Gate with your My Gate Rewards app and you'll be automatically entered. Not a MyGate Rewards member? Download the app and sign up today. See store for details. Alternate entry available at GatoradePromos.com/TLaw.
The Jaguars bring performance, strength, and passion to every play. And you'll find the same when you bank with EverBank. Open an EverBank Performance Savings account and score serious savings. See what you could earn at everbank.com/Jaguars. EverBank, advantage you. Member FDIC and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The following people are under the influence of no air conditioning.
Oh, man.
Is it ever hot? I can't get up. My legs are stuck to the chair.
Can guys go through menopause?
Why?
I think I'm having a hot flash.
Don't let no AC happen to you. Call Duck Duck Air Conditioning, available 24 hours a day, and they'll fix it right the first time. When your AC system needs a repair, it's time to call Duck Duck Air, 904-862-6769, or online at duckduckac.com. Duck Duck Air Conditioning, a division of Duck Duck Rooter.
Sudduth is on the 20, the 10. Yes, another successful move to a new home. I tell you, folks, I've never seen a team more prepared than the Sudduth crew. With a dominating lead in training, trust, and efficiency, it's no wonder why Sudduth is the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. For the past 100 years, Sudduth has provided local, long-distance, and international moving services in Jags. While the Jags are moving the chains on game day, Sudduth is helping you on moving day. Visit sudduth.com/Jags for a guaranteed quote.
Jags A.M. brought to you by Fields Auto Group. You can see Fields first, Jacksonville's premier luxury auto group. Go to fieldsauto.com. Welcome back into Jags A.M. here. We're going to break down this matchup against the Cleveland Browns. This is a team that the Jags played last year, probably a game we would like to forget. That was a tough one, I think, the start of the skid there in December. But this is going to be completely different this time around because of the players involved. Obviously, Deshaun Watson's going to be in at quarterback, and one of the players that hurt the Jags last year, David Njoku, their tight end, is not expected to play. So that'll definitely affect their offensive game plan. Brian, what should we expect from this offense? I know Deshaun Watson in the past with the Texans has had his way with Jaguars.
Well, it's funny, I asked Doug that question yesterday because I'm not quite sure. I mean, Nick Chubb got hurt last year, and he was their offensive personality. They were a power running team behind a really good offensive line, and it set up everything else that they want to do. But Jerome Ford is not Chubb. He's not back yet, and everything else they wanted to do went through David Njoku. So what you've got is a team that's coming in here with a quarterback behind an offensive line that doesn't seem to be playing John with a lot of confidence right now, and without Njoku and Chubb, Amari Cooper and Jerry Jeudy are excellent receivers. My guess is they're going to try and go against Montaric Brown and see if they can make big plays down the field.
Well, they changed the offense in the offseason. They went from that to Ken Dorsey became the offensive coordinator, and they went to a scheme that is more built around Deshaun Watson rather than that. Even if Chubb was there, they're running out of the shotgun a lot. They're not a power running offense anymore. So it feels from a distance after one game that they're still a team trying to find its offensive identity. It clearly didn't find it in Dallas. Early in the season, it's up to the Jaguars' pass rush, in my opinion, to make sure they disrupt Deshaun Watson and for one more week force Cleveland and Deshaun Watson to be sort of a discombobulated team, which they were in Dallas, or not in Dallas, but against Dallas. 17 pressures in addition to the 6 sacks. This is a team this Jaguars front is supposed to pressure the quarterback against.
Josh Hines-Allen, speaking in the locker room yesterday, said that part of their focus, most of their focus, is going to be on stopping Deshaun.
Just from last week too, rushers having them wrapped up, and him still having that capability to get away. So just being dialed in on, when you have him, it's going to take probably more than 1-2 people to get him down. So, just jump on him and hold on for dear life, because he still has all capability of getting out of any tackle.
Josh Hines-Allen talking there, John. Obviously the focus, getting to him and finishing, which they've put a lot of focus on, and also giving him some credit because Josh was around in those days when Watson was coming to town and doing the things that he was doing with the Texans.
Yeah, well, if you played against him or watched him in those games, it was nightmarish because you could get pressure on him and he would escape. He hasn't been that guy with the Browns because he's only played, I think it's 12 games, 13 if you count last week. He wants to get back to that. He wants to get back to playing free. When he plays free, the positives are that he can make huge plays out of it. The negative that's followed him in his career is he tends to run into sacks. So if he has a day where he's running into sacks, everything looks like I talked about earlier, discombobulated. If you let him get outside the pocket, then all of a sudden he becomes the guy he was. He hasn't been that, Brian, and the key for the Jags is don't let him think he can be that. Don't give him any sort of thing early where he feels like, okay, this is the kind of day that I can have.
The Jags never beat him because they could never quite corral him, right? And you saw a lot of dramatic plays he made. But there were also the little subtle plays where he'd be running to the sideline and you would think, all right, we've got him for a 2-yard gain or a 2-yard loss. And at the last minute, he'd turn and throw it back to the tight end or DeAndre Hopkins and just keep pummeling you when you would think that you would have an opportunity to get on top. I think all of the stuff that he's got going off the field once again, and of course, the tragic side of that is his father passed away. One of his best friends passed away, a former teammate from Clemson. He's had a tough go of it, and it seems like everything is falling down around him again. I don't think you've got a guy with a lot of confidence, John, and I don't think you should have a whole lot of confidence in his offensive line, and I think this would be a great game for Josh Hines-Allen and Eric Armstead and Trayvon Walker to just take over.
Yeah, I mean, the storyline in Cleveland is he waiting to become Deshaun Watson again, or is he an older Deshaun Watson and those days are behind? I don't know the answer, but for the Jaguars, it's imperative that they keep that comeback at least one more week.
The interesting thing is the story isn't limited to Cleveland anymore, right? Mm-hmm. The story was in the Wall Street Journal this week about what a disastrous trade that is. So he's facing it from all comers, and I don't think for a lot of reasons that he'll ever be that guy. But it doesn't mean he can't make plays like that guy occasionally if you give him the avenue.
And I think that's important, having that healthy respect that he can be that guy, but not allowing him to take over a game. On the defensive side of the ball, we saw a great, mostly great performance for them against Miami. Obviously a couple breakout plays, but they have such a dynamic offense. I was pleased overall with Nielsen's scheme that first game, but they will be playing without Tyson Campbell, who's dealing with that hamstring injury. You touched on it already, Brian, but do you think they'll have Monteric Brown mostly in there? Jarian Jones was impressive in the little plays that he was available. Is it going to be a team effort?
Well, I think they'll have a lot of guys ready, right? I mean, Monteric Brown has been here for a couple of years. He sort of built off of that dramatic play he made at the end of the game in New Orleans. He has a lot of confidence. I talked to Jarian Jones in the locker room. He has a lot of confidence. Of course, he had a couple of good plays last week. But I'll touch on something that John's going to hit on, and that is, look, if your defensive front goes out and dominates the game, you'll be just fine in the secondary.
Yeah, I mean, that's philosophically in the NFL these days, it seems like if you're going to stop high-powered offenses, you pressure them. Mm-hmm. It's very difficult. We saw it last week. If you give a quarterback time, fast receivers are eventually going to beat a DB. You can't cover a guy more than 4 or 5 seconds in that situation. So Tyson Campbell's loss hurts. I expect Monteric Brown to replace him as a starter based on just the vibe he got from Doug yesterday. Any test in the NFL these days is tough for a beat-up secondary. The Jaguars' strength defensively is their front. Their front needs to pressure Deshaun Watson into making sure their receivers don't matter.
All right, stay with us here on Jags A.M. Coming up, we're going to look at what we think the headlines on Monday are going to be after the game.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields, and we have some great news. Fields has the vehicle you want, in stock, priced right, and ready for delivery.
Fields Auto Group is Jacksonville's luxury automotive destination for Cadillac, Jaguar, Land Rover, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, and Porsche. Inventory is back and available for immediate delivery.
And every Fields customer can take advantage of our Fields Amenities program with complimentary loaners, car washes, and our cafes. You deserve the best.
Stop by today or go to fieldsauto.com.
Navigating the current housing market and figuring out your best move when it comes to a mortgage isn't your full-time job, but it's one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make. That's where the experts at Jet Home Loans get into the game and coach you to your ultimate goal of getting not just the right loan, but the perfect loan for you, the home of your dreams. Jet Home Loans works with you all the way, from application to closing, making sure your game plan is perfect. Make the call to Jet Home Loans and let their team join your team to make your dreams take flight. Visit jethl.com.
Calling all loyal Jags fans and loyal Gate customers, football is back. And you and 3 friends could win a chance to meet Trevor Lawrence. Entering is easy. Just buy any 5 28-ounce Gatorade or Gatorade Zero products at Gate with your MyGate Rewards app, and you'll be automatically entered. Not a MyGate Rewards member? Download the app and sign up today. See store for details. Alternate entry available at GatoradePromos.com/TLAW.
The power of a great team starts with the right equipment, specialized skills, and the training to win. That's why ASAP Dental Care and the Jaguars have the home team advantage. At ASAP Dental Care, we follow our playbook to perfection to exceed your expectations. Count on us to be there for you 7 days a week to deliver full-service dental care. Score a winning smile with ASAP Dental Care today.
Want to cruise down an open road in high-performance style? Visit JacksCorvetteGiveaway.com for a chance to win the ride of your dreams. A brand new 2024 Corvette Stingray Coupe. With its sleek design and cutting-edge technology, this vehicle is built for speed and luxury. So what are you waiting for? Enter to win at JacksCorvetteGiveaway.com today. No purchase necessary. Open only to legal residents of the states of Georgia and Florida. 18 years of age and older. Some restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. Ends 11/15/24. For entry information and official rules, visit GoToEventLink.com/rules.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called the Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank N.A. member FDIC.
For 11 years, Dreamfinders Homes has been proud to call themselves the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for all of the available inventory, and go Jags. Sudeth, also Florida's trusted and reliable moving company. Sudeth, proud to be the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. To get a guaranteed quote, visit sudeth.com/Jags. Welcome back.
I try to stay out of that situation, you know.
I can't remember one, so that's why, you know.
I just try to stay out of that situation, just keep taking it one play at a time, you know. And I feel like just understand that the team has full confidence in me, kind of just help me. And I feel like just everybody reaching out to me after the game. My mom called me. She knew how much I wear my heart on my sleeve. She kind of just reached out to me to shake it off. And just continue to be who you are, you know, and be where your feet are and be great. And just go out there and show them who you are next week.
Good to see Travis Etienne in the locker room yesterday, kind of back to his normal self. I didn't down his bounce back, but we're going to need him back to the mindset, the right mindset after that tough game against Miami, kind of feeling responsible for that, but now this is where we need him to be.
So not every player will go into the locker room on a Wednesday when he has a day like he did. And so I think he's a long way towards being back towards 100%, just by the fact that he stood there and smiled and took the questions.
Yeah, I think he's resilient, and in the days since, I think the best way to look what happened Sunday, he didn't lose them the game. His fumble prevented them from clinching at that moment. They would have won had he not fumbled, I think.
Yeah.
But look, the bottom line is, even after the fumble, they led by 10.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they had the Dolphins on their own 20. That doesn't have to be a game-ending fumble.
Nope.
Correct. A lot of stuff came after that play. Today we are going to do our best at predicting what the headlines are going to be on Monday, so kind of what we expect to see in the game and what we think we'll take out of that. Brian, what do you think we're going to be talking about on Monday morning?
I foresee raining cats on dogs, right? The pun obviously on the weather. I mean, is it ever going to stop raining in North Florida? I would like to drive home without the rain or walk the dogs without the rain, like probably a lot of people who are watching this. But listen, the Jaguars were much closer to coming away with a win. Those 3 plays aside, the rest of the day, we saw a lot of things to build on. I'm not sure they can say the same thing in Cleveland, where they were beat down at home by the Dallas Cowboys. So I foresee the Jaguars pouring cold water on the Browns and giving them an 0-2 beginning to their season.
Yeah, I went with Brown out just because I think this is a game where you should, if you're showing early in the season that you're a contender, if you're a strong team, week 1's weird in the NFL, strange stuff can happen. You win this game, 24-13 or something that feels solid, and you just sort of make the Browns. I went Brown out because put them out of the picture, right? They don't need to matter to you this week. It's how you play. It's how you execute. Show you're a team that can beat a contending team at home and make it not be a nail biter in the fourth quarter. Brown out.
Brown out. I like
and
it.
No matter who they played, if it had been, Texans out, whatever. It just doesn't sound as good as Brown out.
No, Brown out really works. You can tell the journalism skills are coming in. I like
Yeah.
it. I went with sun's out, guns out for mine. A little weather prediction as well. I'm hoping the sun resurfaces this weekend. And I'm hoping that offense we saw in the first half against Miami comes back around. I think a lot of what happened was based off that momentum swing that we saw after the fumble. We've seen flashes of it from Brian Thomas Jr., from the running game even in the first half. So I'm hoping we'll see a little bit more of that offense, what we saw in the first half again this Sunday as well. I think they're perfectly capable, don't you, Brian?
I do. I don't want to be overconfident with a team that hasn't won a lot recently. Sure. But I think that right now they're a better football team. They're obviously healthier on both the lines, and that matters if guys do their job, which didn't happen in the fourth quarter last week. If they just come out and do their job, I think they win, and I think that they win. Comfortable is not the right term, but I think they've got a 10-point win in them.
There's every possibility. Every matchup, strength of team, being at home, tells you that they could have a very good game. There's no reason that they can't win this game, except for like Brian said, they've lost 6 of their last 7 games. I didn't feel it, but after you look back on it, Sunday felt like last season. They didn't execute when it mattered. Until you do that, people are going to doubt that you can do it, so they got to do it.
I talked to Mitch Morse the other day, the center, and he has a lot of confidence in them. Now, he wasn't here for the losing, right? And he's witnessed this team through training camp, and he knew the backstory, and he is not concerned about this team's ability to win a close game. They just need to do it.
This week will prove a lot. Absolutely. We're all going to have our eyes peeled, and hopefully we'll see what we want to see when they take the field on Sunday. Stay with us here on Jags A.M. One more block. We're going to go over what we have the rest of the week and what's going to come up on Sunday.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields, and we have some great news. Fields has the vehicle you want, in stock, priced right, and ready for delivery.
Fields Auto Group is Jacksonville's luxury automotive destination for Cadillac, Jaguar, Land Rover, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, and Porsche. Inventory is back and available for immediate delivery.
And every Fields customer can take advantage of our Fields Amenities program with complimentary loaners, car washes, and our cafes. You deserve the best.
Stop by today or go to fieldsauto.com.
We need to define a great deal in today's new home market because the so-called great deals that you find on every corner just aren't the same as the incredible opportunities you'll find with a new Dreamfinder's home. How about 2.99% in year one in one of Dreamfinder's 15 communities across North Florida? Now that's a great deal. 2.99% interest rate in year one and a beautiful new Dreamfinder's home. Visit dfhsalesevent.com for our largest savings of the year on move-in ready homes. That's dfhsalesevent.com.
Calling all loyal Jags fans and loyal Gate customers, football is back. And you and 3 friends could win a chance to meet Trevor Lawrence. Entering is easy. Just buy any 5 28-ounce Gatorade or Gatorade Zero products at Gate with your MyGate Rewards app, and you'll be automatically entered. Not a MyGate Rewards member? Download the app and sign up today. See store for details. Alternate entry available at GatoradePromos.com/TLaw.
Chelsea here. Tired of those drafty windows and high energy bills? It's time to upgrade with Renewal by Andersen. Right now, during our exclusive sale, you can save big on custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors designed to keep your home comfortable and secure all year round. Our Fibrex material is 2 times stronger than vinyl, providing superior durability and impact resistance. Plus, with flexible financing options available, there's never been a better time to make a switch. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613.
Sudeth is on the 20, the 10. Yes, another successful move to a new home. I tell you, folks, I've never seen a team more prepared than the Sudeth crew. With a dominating lead in training, trust, and efficiency, it's no wonder why Sudeth is the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
For the past 100 years, Sudeth has provided local, long-distance, and international moving services in Jags. While the Jags are moving the chains on game day, Sudeth is helping you on moving day. Visit Sudeth.com/Jags for a guaranteed quote.
The Jaguars bring performance, strength, and passion to every play. And you'll find the same when you bank with EverBank. Open an EverBank Performance Savings account and score serious savings. See what you could earn at everbank.com/Jaguars. EverBank, advantage you. Member FDIC and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jags fans, if you want customized Jaguars furniture for your home, check out zipchair.com to browse all the customizable options. Zipchair is furniture for fans. Also, this week's home opener brought to you by EverBank. Advantage you. Make the most of your money at everbank.com/Jaguars.
It's a huge spark for our team, a huge spark. And I told him, today actually, you may be a rookie, you might be quiet, but that energy you had on Sunday, the confidence that we saw come out of you, that's going to help our team. We see it and we feel it. So whatever he's been doing, he needs to keep doing it. And he has a bright future ahead. It's only his first game. He's going to continue to learn. He's going to continue to get better and get more accustomed to the game and our offense. So, man, I can't wait to play alongside him for the rest of the season and just watch him grow.
I think the biggest bright spot for the Jags in their game against Miami, Brian Thomas Jr., the rookie, just so impressive right out of the gate. Even his teammates impressed with what he was able to do in his first NFL game, and hopefully we're seeing more of it this week.
Well, if you're looking for reason to believe that we'll see Evan Ingram and Christian Kirk get more involved, I think the defense has to honor now Brian Thomas Jr. His size, his speed, his clear understanding of the game, right? I mean, this is not a rookie who's just running a quick route. He is a guy who can get it done. And that Browns defense is going to have to respect that, which is going to open it up for one of those other two guys to get going. Yeah,
he looks so much better than I thought he would. Looks like a pro, and he looks like an absolute star in the making. So let's see what happens.
Anybody got a player they're going to watch during the game, or someone you expect to kind of bounce back?
I think Anton Harrison. I mean, you're going to watch him obviously because of number 95, who lines up most of the time to his side. But Harrison was so good in training camp. I mean, he was one of the stars of training camp. And last week, it started poorly for him. Then he didn't get help at the end of the ball game, and it looked bad for him. I expect him to bounce back and rise to that challenge.
Yeah, I think the group of Harrison, Etienne, Kirk, none of those guys had their best game. Maybe throw Evan into that.
For Antonio Johnson, he didn't play all that well.
Well, we haven't seen Antonio play at an absolute high level because he's young.
Played well against these Browns last year.
All these four other guys have been stalwarts. You don't expect them to have those kind of games. So I expect that core group, or part of the core, to play well Sunday.
Sure. We'll keep an eye on the secondary as well. Tyson Campbell out, so Monteric Brown likely going to get the start there, and Jarian Jones as well. So enjoy the game this Sunday. We'll see you back here on Jags A.M. on Monday morning as we go over everything and hopefully a Jaguars win.